But anyway, there was more of it. There was just a bit more. Did you check out the next match, Brian, after that little angle between Vikingo and Pip Sabian?
A little bit of it, because Suzanne was in the area, so I yelled at her that her favorite wrestler was on, so she came in.
Well, it looked like, and by the way, Google this one, kids. It'll be hilarious. It looked like Fuzzy Cupid versus Skylo Low in color on national television.
Well, Kip Sabian's not that short.
Good Lord. Remember Zack Saber's one, it looks like a Q-tip.
Yeah.
I think Pip Sabian, what's shorter than a Q-tip? Looks like the tip of a nozzle. But nevertheless, did you see the finish?
Yeah, he fucking landed. If Kip Sabian didn't break a rib, he's lucky. He just landed right on him. He did I'll let you describe it. Go.
Well, the announcers termed it a 630 flip. I can't imagine that he intended to do this. Was it supposed to be? What's the most revolutions that have ever been done on one of these things? A 720? What would it have been if he'd instead of landing on poor Pip Sabian, who now will be called Pancake Sabian, instead of landing on him with his back, with Vikingo's back first onto Pip's chest, full force off the top rope after flipping whatever number of times, 630 fucking degrees of times. What would he had to have been trying for a splash. Nobody would have, if you'd have told Pip Sabian, look, you lay there and I'm going to come off the top like a cannonball type of thing, but I'm going to do a 360 and then I'm going to turn over again and land with my shoulders and back directly on your chest and ribs with all of my weight at that velocity. How the fuck is Pip Sabian going to... Oh, okay, brother. I'll keep my arms in. What?
Maybe it's like the Darby dive, where it looks incredible. And if you talk to anyone who's ever taken one, they're like, oh yeah, I didn't even feel it. He's so light, you just push him off. Maybe Vikingo, he's a smaller guy. Maybe...
I'm sorry. I thought I saw lightning shoot out the head of Pip Sabian's dick and shit out of his asshole. When the slow-mo that down and tell me that that's not a motherfucker that had gone, and fucking turns over.
I agree with how it looked. I'm trying to justify what the sales pitch could be. Take this move, I weigh 140 pounds. You won't feel a thing.
Nobody could be that stupid.
Suzanne was here for the end. I missed the early part of the match. She came in for the middle of the match, and I said, let's see what he does. And even she winced when he landed right on him. I was like, ooh.
Well, okay, now I said, could he have been trying to do a splash and he fucked up? Here's another thing. Could it have supposed to have been a senton where his ass was going to land over past Pip and take the brunt off of this, and instead he was off on that and he just crushed him with his goddamn entire body weight balled up.
He was going pretty fast to turn that into a senton where he was going to land on his own ass.
Well, you're right about that, but he had to get over. I don't mean that way. I mean, he had to get over 2 revolutions, didn't he? Or at least 1.5. So you got to get up a little fucking steam coming off the top on that one. And Pip there being big around as my fucking thumb and mostly bone and cartilage, it could have crushed his sternum, broken his ribs. That'll fuck your lower back up too, just a shock like that while you're laying flat. So for a TV match, that's what I'm saying. There's so much that can go wrong with this bullshit that these fucking idiots want to do, where they do trapeze acts off the top rope and multiple revolutions and come down with knees and elbows or their body weight on. It's still, the jury may still be out on how Danielson got a broken orbital socket, but it's a good bet that some hard piece of an opponent landed on his face or drove his face into the fucking hard floor. And they just do this for fucking because that's the only thing that Vikingo is good for. And that's the only thing he can. And him and fucking Commander and Der Commissar and Herr General and Gravity and Motion
I
and
don't
fucking.
I don't think that's fair. I think Vikingo is much better than Commander, whose only ability seems to be to take as much time as possible to catch his breath, get his balance, and run across the ropes to jump to the floor.
Oh, well, I thought Vikingo was the one that did the tightrope walk, but it's the other guy. Well, that's because, you know why? I don't know that. Because everybody's wearing a goddamn mask at the same time of fucking Starburst fruit chew fucking outfits.
Well, except Vikingo.
No, he's wearing the fucking sleeve on one side and a goddamn loincloth on the other side. I don't know what the fuck. The point is, these guys, Jesus Christ. Why take a chance on letting one of these guys cave your fucking face in when you're already doing a job for them? And all right.